yeah, yeah. Good morning, all. Welcome to another day in paradise. We're about to make some carrot ribbon pesto. Pesto could very possibly be the besto. The besto of all of the flavorings of the culinary arts. I mean, do you like basil? Like, I like basil. Do you love basil? A lot of times I talk about having the smells around the house just in the kitchen. The kitchen. I mean, this is the greatest place in the entire house. It's always the kitchen. And so, and then lemon, like squeezing lemon. We got a little bit of sun-dried tomatoes here going on. We got, watch this now. Okay, so lemon. So I told you guys about Iris, right? Iris is here this week. And so she's my teacher at Matthew Kenny Culinary Academy. And she's out this week visiting Los Angeles. And she's getting to help me and my team go to the next level. And she's my guest this Friday on the show. And we're going to be doing chocolate. Chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? That's on Friday, the 11:11 show, which sometimes starts at like 11:20 when there's technical difficulties. So sorry about that. We're getting things together. I mean, we're trying to like save the world here, and it's just like, we're getting there. We're coming in, coming on. Okay, so the knife, we hold the knife like this, and we see if it's a good knife to buy. If it's like this or like this, it might not be good. Balancing act right here. And then the thumb and the index finger can be right here, and the other fingers kind of guide it, and we pick up fruit and veggies with the claw, the bear claw. We don't do like this kind of number here because anything could happen. But it's really hard for anything to happen when you got your claws, your knuckles right here, kind of guiding and pushing. So when we grab fruit like this, which is a little strange at first, but you start to get used to it, you're always going to grab it like this, and you're going to protect yourself. Ow! I swear to God, I was joking, and I did it. This is live TV. We're doing it here. This video better go viral. I didn't bleed for nothing. Hold on. This is crazy. Oh my God. This is serious. It happened. This is live TV. Oh my gosh. Ah! I'm bleeding to death. Oh my God, we might have to like stop it. This is why I wanted to do live so bad. I love live TV. This actually happened. This is the greatest thing about, this is reality. You think I cut myself on purpose? You think this whole thing is an act? We're serious here. Look at this. Look at this. The pure energy, you guys, this video better go viral. This is not for nothing. Yes, viral. I want to suck. No, I won't do that. Okay, everybody. I was joking, and look what I get for joking. I was like, I actually stop joking about too many things, Steve. Okay, so I don't know if there's a Band-Aid around this house. If one of the studio audience, Kira's gonna go check it out right now. We have Iris in the studio audience, Ava in the studio audience, and I can't. Tell me your name.
Lindsay.
How did I forget Lindsay? Because I'm busy with this. Lindsay, okay, wait till you meet Lindsay. Okay, you guys. Okay, so anyway, the blood feeds the cells. The cells then poop into the lymphatic system. This would be the blood. This is what people test. They test the blood. Ow! Okay, good. There's no blood on the knife or this. I bled after. Do you know that if you become like very fruitarian, very fruitarian, you might not bleed? What? It's crazy stuff here. Okay, so Professor Arnold Ehret got on the grapes, and he like fruitarian back in the 20s. And he actually would test and like cut himself with a knife, and he would not bleed. And Dr. Morris, my mentor, who he was very fascinated with Arnold Ehret, he's like, I want to go fruitarian, I want to do this, and then he tried to cut himself and he did not bleed. Now, everybody bleeds. I guess it depends how far you go in. But I do know that the more toxic we are and the more of this like rancid fat, accumulated fat that's in our system, and people just like a paper cut is like, you know, it's so easy. The slightest thing could happen. And the more raw you get, the less you'll bleed. I guess I need to be more raw. I mean, no, more fruitarian, more like, but look at this, man. Let me see how we're doing here. Yeah, it's still going. It's still going. What's that? No. We're gonna see about the thing. But why you want to come in and okay? Let's see here. You know what? Woo! You know this. Wow! This is serious, you guys. Oh my God! Crazy. Oh. Okay. This is real. Okay. I don't know. I don't even. Should we do it? Okay, let's do this. This is real live TV. Any questions, anybody, on how to cut fruit or vegetables? I could teach you guys how to do it really well. I'm the perfect teacher for you. This is how you do it. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I could get someone to be the cutter for today. The food processor. Who would go? Who in the studio audience would be? No, because she's coming on Friday. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, come here, Lindsay. Lindsay, come here, Lindsay. Oh my God, Lindsay, whose name I forgot for half a second while I'm sitting here almost dying.
It's okay.
It's
the
okay.
Energy is flowing through you.
Yes, it is.
That's all.
It is flowing
through
me.
This is a life lesson.
This is a life lesson to never cut yourself. Okay, so check this out.
Okay.
So here.
Let's get a Band-Aid on that.
We'll get a Band-Aid. I'm gonna go off camera for a moment. No, I won't. I'm gonna stay here for a bit. So we're doing pesto, and she's my hands now. Okay. No, well, talk to me. So where do you come from? Who are you? You went to school for like this kind of stuff, didn't you?
I did.
Where'd you go?
I went to Matthew Kenny Culinary. Best place ever.
Nice.
It's a raw vegan culinary school. It's amazing. It changed my life. And now I'm so passionate about it. I work at a wellness retreat as a chef, and here I am.
Yeah, so
yeah.
good. And she's interning too.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that part of the Pure Energy team now gets in another amazing soul.
Yeah.
We just keep coming, just keeps happening. So what we're gonna do here, Lindsay and group, okay, is first we're gonna practice not cutting yourself. I can't wait, this better go viral, you guys. This is like serious. Okay, so we have a recipe here. We're gonna shave some ribbons.
Nice.
Okay, so I was with a food spiralizer last Thursday doing my rad Thai, and a lot of times I do these pastas with the spiralizer. But you can also, if you don't have a spiralizer, you can also use a vegetable peeler. One of these guys. And what you want to do first is just peel the outer layer of the carrot, and then continue to peel. Put those aside and peel, and watch what happens with these ribbons, okay? Ribbon on. So if you will do that, Lindsay.
Yes, of course.
And I will sit here and look pretty.
Do your thing, Steve.
It comes, it's just like...
This was all meant to happen.
Yes. Maybe I should rinse it first and then come back. Okay, look at this. Iris has seen me cut myself before. When I was at Matthew Kenny Culinary Academy, and Iris was my teacher, I used the mandolin slicer.
Ooh, that's a scary one.
It is the most dangerous thing in the entire kitchen.
Yeah.
And I used it, and look at this, you guys.
Oh, man.
You guys, doesn't this make you hungry?
Oh,
Doesn't
gosh.
this make you want
Your
raw
chi
food
is
more?
flowing.
I mean, this is raw blood for raw food.
Oh, God.
But we're going to get the blood of the plant, the chlorophyll plant. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah! Ah!
Technical difficulties.
Ah! Oh my God, there's blood all over this thing.
This is a metaphor for life, though, too.
Yes.
You know?
Say
You
it.
just gotta go with the flow. You gotta let things happen. Sometimes bumps in the road happen, and you just gotta work with it.
This is so good. This is a great bump, everybody. I'm really happy about this bump.
Exactly.
Everybody bump on. Everybody, let's do the bump. We're doing the bump. Do the bump. Do the bump. Do the bump. Do the bump. Okay. Does the studio audience have the Band-Aid ready? Because when I come over there, the less it bleeds. Let's get that ready. Wow. 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 You guys are crazy. Oh, man. This is serious business. This could be stitches. Okay. Okay.
I have a feeling you meant to do this.
No, I meant to act like close to it, but I didn't mean to. We're gonna do two Band-Aids. Wow, this is serious business. I think I'm good. Oh my gosh.
Think you're good?
Yeah, no, but
You're a champ.
I'm a champ.
That is so champion right there. Just like warrior mode just came out.
It looks.
Whee!
He's a. Wow, it happened.
You know what? This was your shot to show your warrior.
Look at this. Look at this, you guys. Check this out. I mean, this is like gorgeous. Okay, so there's something else you could do with that, with these ribbons too. Now, if you want them to get a little more curly, a little bit more ribbony, but they'll also get a little cold, but they'll retain their color too a little longer, less oxidization if you put it in cold water with ice. Okay, ice water, put it in there and let it do its thing and it'll curl up a little bit more. Now, I personally like pasta, so to speak, with like room temperature or warmer. So I would be kind of keeping these out, and they're going to keep their color. I mean, but look how pretty that is. Flipping,
gorgeous.
You know, this is like a fettuccine instead of a, what do we have, like an al dente or a traditional noodle, round noodle. Little al dente, especially if you get them to dry out a little bit.
Okay. Do you still need help?
I don't know.
I'm going to finish these carrots off for you?
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
want you around. I think
Nice.
the world wants you around too. I could see people out there
Aw.
saying that she is adorable.
Love you guys.
I mean, look at
Love
this.
you guys.
I mean, look at her.
And I love Steve.
It's so great. I mean, I'm around like her, Iris, Kiera, Ava. Like this is who's here right now today, and it's like everyone who's like part of the pure energy world. I'm just so on. It's just like amazing
Little
people.
light beams.
Light beams.
Light beams. Unite.
Woo! Right?
I
Come
love
on now.
it.
We got to get you to come on a show sometime and do your Friday.
It's here.
Right, but I want you to come on a Friday,
Okay.
and I want you to do your recipe.
Nice.
Whatever recipe you want to give to the world, and you're going to be on, and
That's hard. I don't. There's so many options. Like,
Yes.
where do you go?
you go with your heart, the first one, and I know you already know that.
I know. I just have to think about it for a second.
Yes. Okay, so while she's doing this, ribboning, if you can also squeeze a little bit of lemon juice,
Yeah.
we're going to make the pesto sauce. Now, the pesto sauce is the pesto that I typically make that I use pine nuts. Actually, before the pesto sauce, we're going to make Parmesan cheese. Okay, the reason why I'm doing this before the sauce is because the Parmesan cheese is going to be kind of dry, and the pesto sauce, if I put that first in the food processor, I'll have to wash it. And if I do the Parmesan cheese first, there'll be a little bit of stuff on the bottom. It's not going to be a deal. I will not have to wash it. So Parmesan cheese. Now this is stuff you could sprinkle on pretty much anything, especially my Presto Pesto recipe. That this is not it, but you can do it on this. And the Carpe Caesar, you can put it on. My Zughetti Marinara is so good. And always before you put anything in a food processor, you just want to test it to make sure it's on. Reason why is because A lot of times you could put stuff in a food processor. You know how there's like a couple different components to making it all work? Well, if the blade's not down all the way, then you put the stuff in and it doesn't work, and you gotta take everything out. So she understands the language. She gets it. This is
We
what
all do.
I don't know. Some people would think I'm kind of weird or strange.
I mean,
This is
weird people are the best.
right. Who the hell wants to be normal?
I know.
Are any of my followers wanting to be normal?
No. Don't do it.
Get off of my channel immediately. Go find.
Just let yourself
Go watch
flow.
the news or something. Okay, so here we go. We have pine nuts. We're using pine nuts here. Okay, pine nuts are, we've got about equal part pine nuts. You guys are getting actually a recipe right now. I usually don't give recipes, I give ingredients. You're getting one recipe right now. Take note, take the note. Okay, and we have the same part of nutritional yeast, okay? Now we do this.
Cheese dust.
For those of you just turning in, I cut myself earlier.
That's why I'm here. Sometimes things happen.
This is, you guys, when you guys, after this is posted, you guys get to like rewind it. So maybe people will even make a clip of it. And like
Yeah.
pure energy.
Maybe like a remix
Ooh.
of someone just like, you know, you're cutting yourself and then it's like, I don't know.
She's hired. As far as, she just spoke the language.
A little remix of you cutting yourself.
Look at this.
It could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and then a little bit of salt. You don't need too much, but just a little bit. How much is a little bit? Okay, just
A
that
little
was.
pinchy.
It was about a half a cup each of the other things, and the salt was about a quarter of a teaspoon. There's your recipe. Steve gave a recipe free to the public. All of the rest of you get my ingredients that I do each day, but my cleansers and clients, they get the full recipes on the website that is, a member section is being developed right now. Okay, so here we go. Now when we pulse, it's very important to get airborne when we pulse, or you're not pulsing correctly. I've told you guys this a million times. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh. Okay. Now, okay, so we got this going on. She got the lemon juice going on, and one ribbon in the lemon juice. Yeah. Look at these ribbons. They're so beautiful. Okay. Now we're going to do this and get this in some sort of bowl.
okay.
I'm going to put this...
Are you good?
You know what? I think I want you around just a little
Oh
longer.
my gosh, okay.
I think they do too. I have a feeling they do. Okay,
can
if you
stick around,
can you
yes.
dump that in the
Of
bowl
course.
and then get that going again? That would be amazing. Okay, we have a plate here. So now we're going to get into the next thing we're going to make is the not the pine nut pesto like I usually do, but I'm substituting pumpkin seeds. Okay, so pumpkin seeds. Okay, very great, very good in iron, very good in zinc. Zinc really good for immunity boosting or immune system boosts, and proteins, especially the amino acid of tryptophan, which helps us calm down and relax, and very high in protein. And this is going to be like a lighter fare than the pine nut version of this. So, you know, I'm not into calories and all of that, so yes, there's going to be less calories. But there's also going to be just a lighterness on you because we went from a nut, which is going to be a little bit more oily and buttery and fatty, to a seed, which is a little bit more on the proteiny. Okay, so we've just kind of upped the nutrition of this basil by doing this. Let's make sure it works again. Does it work? Does it? Did you
Okay,
go?
let's see.
Just want to make sure it works. Okay, and we're going to put some of these pumpkin seeds in, and we're using the S blade, which is typically the one you got to go one more in, and then no, you got to do it. You got to do the top too. They're still, yeah, there's
There
top to
you
the top to
go.
the top. There, see, there we go. Great,
Okay.
we're good. We're good in the hood. Okay. There we go right here. We're going to put about this much in. And then we're going to add about this much more.
Nice.
And after we add that much more, we're going to get a little bit of a this and this and this. This.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, now we get to the basil. You know, I could maybe, here I go with this knife.
Do you want me to cut it?
No, I'll do it. I'm just going to be hanging over here. Just like this. Okay. I think the other hand is far enough away. There will be no danger whatsoever.
There you go.
Okay, I just wanted to cut it up a little bit to get this in here. Hi, knife. I still love you. You're still my friend.
You know what?
I'm not traumatized.
You didn't chop a finger off.
I did. That is true. Can you imagine?
There are so many positive things
There-
about this day. You didn't chop your finger off.
What am I going to do with this kind of positivity around me?
There's
I mean,
so
it-
many amazing things that you know.
Who are you?
A unicorn.
That's what it was. Of course it's a unicorn. Okay, so we got a little bit of basil. Now, chopping the basil up and having it around the house, squeezing some lemon, having it around the house, people oftentimes will walk into the Pure Energy Cottage or walk into people's homes that are like chefs and just having just a little lemon. And it smells great. I mean, do you love basil? I mean, just this.
It's
I mean,
amazing. I love it.
amazing. So good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add some lemon juice.
Get it
About one
flowing.
lemon.
Get it flowing.
It's not the lemon's fault or the knife's fault. It's my fault. I have to take responsibility for this one. Okay. I wanted it to be the lemon's fault so bad. Or even the knife.
I think you're feeling sour about the lemon.
She's in. She's like nailing it, you guys, because she's spontaneous. I love spontaneity, the spontaneity of a child. Anne Wigmore was reported, the wheatgrass lady was reported to have that spontaneity of a child. Here we go. We got garlic. Okay.
Do you want me to do this one?
I think the garlic, if you can just kind of, now if I was blending it, I would just put it right in. But I think right now we're going to take the skin off a little bit.
Okay.
Just a few of those. Whoa.
Well, bam! We're
There's
good.
that knife now.
You got a little PTSD
Okay.
from it.
I
but,
know. It's okay.
It's okay.
Whoa. Okay. Okay.
We're safe.
Okay.
I've had my fair share of cuts in the kitchen, and I'm over it now.
Okay.
I'm over it.
This is a knife guard. I wonder if I could cut and still have this on. I wanted some kind of guard. Ah!
Maybe they
Yes.
can create like a metal hand that can fit over you like a glove.
Oh, like those gloves? Those.
Like an Iron Man. It's
Oh,
just like-
no, they have those.
Do they have those?
They have those for the mandolin slicer. You
Oh,
like
yeah.
some people like Ron Russell
Okay.
at Sun Cafe is the head chef there. He demands or requires, excuse
Okay.
me, that his employees wear one of those gloves anytime they're with a mandolin slicer.
So maybe you should be wearing it.
And then
all the time.
then people are gonna call me Michael Jackson.
That could be your new thing.
That could be, ooh, just beat it. Just beat it. Okay, so here's first of all, garlic. Now, some of you don't like that smell. And some of you are crazy, because garlic.
So good.
I mean, I just feel like I'm part of the earth right now. Again, now, so this is not top of the mountain cleanse food. This is gourmet food that is still great for us, and for most people who are eating, this is great. Okay, now there's going to be some people out there that are saying, garlic, the devil, salt. But we do this in the gourmet part and in the bridge part as we come, and I still eat some of this stuff. I still do. For a while I was like natural hygiene. I was all fruitarian for like 3 years, and then when I started to add some of the like salts in my life and fats into my life, I started to feel a richer life. And I still do the other, and I do this, and I go back and forth. And when I want to cleanse more and get more in the hydrating foods, when I want to get more into the culinary arts and the gourmet raw, it's going to be more of the dehydrated and denser foods, nuttier foods.
Balance, you know?
Balance.
Balance is key.
Balance. What a word. People are like, yeah, balance, balance. Balance, schmalance. It's like, really? Here's how much pepper I'm going to add.
Well, bam.
That much.
Cool.
That's how much pepper I'm going to add. I'm going to just put just this first, and I'm going to put some of this last. This is the crushed red pepper. Ha, this is not even coming out. Okay. Just a little bit of that, and then we'll put some on the top. Okay, so now, here we go. You guys ready? You guys getting more and more excited? Okay, we got, okay, I think we're good. We're gonna close this up. Okay, I think we're good. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Oh. Wow, she knows about the blender boogie, and we're done in a blender. This is food talking. This is how we get happy. We get happy in the kitchen.
Take it out.
We're gonna need some. Yes, yes. Now, do we have a spatula around here? Yes. In this world-class kitchen of Molly Malls, maybe there's a spatula. Okay, we want to kind of like now, kind of push things down a little bit. I don't want to use my knife right now. I'm just gonna, I'll use this guy.
No.
You can't hurt me.
No.
The studio audience.
This is gonna be our closest thing to a spatula right now.
This is a spatula, everybody.
I
It looks a
bet it's
lot like a
spatula.
spoon, but don't be fooled. Okay,
Multi-purpose.
come on, man.
One little thing for basil, just like, no.
No, I will not. You must die. I'm not like a vegetarian because I love animals so much. I'm a vegetarian because I hate vegetables. They all need to die.
Oh man.
Okay.
That's not real. There you go.
Okay, I think we're in. Now it's gonna do it. It's kind of doing its thing. It's gonna really help. Come on, baby. Sometimes you could add like just a little bit of water if you need to, but I don't want to. I'm gonna do this number off, and I'm gonna push down on the sides a little bit, and then it's gonna give it another one, and then we're gonna add the olive oil. Olive oil. Why are we adding the olive oil at the end, Steve? Why don't we just put it in all at the beginning? Why, Steve? Why? Why? I demand an answer for the olive oil coming in at the end. The reason why, and I learned this at Matthew Kenny Culinary Academy, is that the olive oil will go not so much rancid, like, you know, you put it in heat, but a little bitter. And bitter is not better. We want better, and so we're gonna just kind of mix in the olive oil at the end. And I will probably add a little bit more olive oil in the pumpkin seed mix than I would the pine nut, because the pine nut already has its own oils, and I can see the dryness of this right now. So I'm going to do one more of an on. Get that going. It's mixed good. So, and you can retain a little bit of the chunky funky monkey if you'd like to.
Looks good. It's smelling good.
Oh my God! I mean,
hungry.
oh, we're going. Oh, this is so good. Okay. So olive oil. Now it's always like crucial to measure the ingredients and to know exactly how much you're putting in to the millimeter. Okay. On. I have a finger. I have a finger.
You have a finger.
Me.
Me.
Yes. It's so good to have a finger.
Yeah.
What are you guys grateful for? Who's grateful for what out there? Can you focus? Either write it down on the comments or just think about it in your head. 3 things you're grateful for.
Yeah.
The attitude of gratitude puts us closer to seeing things correctly as they truly are. We focus a lot on the negative and we can get caught up in that. We could also get caught up in the positive. I hope you guys get caught up in the positive. It's a really, really, really good world. Okay, so we're good. We have the pesto sauce, okay? Oh, I didn't even put the date in it. It's okay. It'll be a little less sweet. And that's okay too, because it definitely has its thick and dryness enough. Okay, so now I am going to cut up a little bit of, no, I'm not.
I am.
I lost my mind for a second.
Yeah.
She's going to be cutting up.
I'm waiting, I'm ready.
She's been
ready
waiting.
for
She's
this.
ready. Okay, just will you please be careful?
Yeah, do
Wow.
you want small little
Okay.
tiny,
Whoa. Okay.
little tiny pieces?
Okay.
Or what would you like?
I would like little, small, tiny sliver. You didn't start with the slivers and then go with the little pieces.
Nice. Okay.
Little, yeah. The smaller, the better.
We got
So,
this.
one of the things that Ava Geihart told me was like, you can't fine dine unless you know how to fine chop.
Yes.
And so, fine chop on.
And
You're a lefty like Ava.
Yeah.
Look at these lefties.
We're also Pisces together.
Look at that.
So we got
So
this
good.
thing going on. And
Look at this. Water baby on.
water baby on.
Get your water world on. Perfect for the Leo, the fire.
Yeah.
But you guys can't put out this fire. Not that. The water can't put out my fire. I got a lot of heat. My fire is, yeah, I mean, I flip and eat the fire. I eat the sun. That's like the biggest
I
ball
know,
of fire that any of us
right?
on earth like truly like understand or know about or at least believe. We see it like once a day or, you know, not the winter climates or in the eastern coast, but like it's out there. We know about the sun.
Yeah.
And so I'm like eating the fire. I am fire. And the whole time I'm cooling off and being alkaline at the same time.
Yeah.
What's up with that? I mean, that's like so good.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Got
Look at
two
that. See,
little
she,
pieces.
and she's kind of, you know, I could see those knuckles are kind of like guiding that knife.
I'm used to it.
Yeah.
And you just, after a little bit, you get some practice.
Okay, okay.
And, you know, then eventually you're just flowing. Just
Okay.
going.
Flow on with the flow on.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that video where Steve, where pretty much chef, he cut his finger? Which video was that one? It was the carrot ribbon pesto video. That was the one that he did it in.
But you know what's actually important?
Yes.
Dull knives are actually more dangerous. So it's really important to get a sharp knife. Even if you do cut yourself, it's a lot easier to cut yourself with a dull knife because it can slip off the food. So.
We're getting a bonus here. I mean, this is
Yeah,
what
little side note.
what an awesome thing that happened today. I mean,
Yeah.
then this video turned into this is how we go and we flow with
This is
life.
what was supposed to happen. Everything is destiny. Everything is, it's supposed to flow like this.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
See, this is we were talking about this with Kira before too. It's like you guys are not normal. To be, this is like there's something wrong with you guys.
There's something going on in the universe. People are changing. People
Yeah.
are changing. Little kids are becoming these light beams, and we're all just like, everyone's just transforming into who they're meant to be. And I urge you guys to be who you are because this can happen, you know?
Are you joking? Look at this.
Okay, look at your. I got your son.
You look at you. I don't even know what to. I'm gonna
Good.
start
See, I'm just getting
crying.
the energy
This is.
going.
I'm about to get it. Like I'm about to leak gratitude out of my eyes. I mean, this is beautiful. Okay, so here's the plate. Now we're going to do a little bit of this and this. Okay, watch this now. If you can grab me a fork over there, that'd be great. I learned a little bit of a skill here. Clear this out here. Okay. Rise and shine. Okay. Is this now able to be seen? This plate? Do we see this plate? Do we see that plate? We see the plate. We see the plate right there?
Nice.
Okay. So what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to take a little bit of this pesto, because now, here's the thing. At Matthew Kenny Culinary Academy, one of the greatest things about it, if I were like to simplify it, is that they not only teach you how to make the food, but then there's plating the food. The making the food, then the plating. It's like a whole nother subject. You make it and you plate it. How it visually looks is very much the beginning of digestion and very much the beginning of our experience and loving what we're eating. I mean, okay, so I'm going to put a little, like, kind of thing here, right? A little dollop. There was that word. And then I'm going to see that this might be a little bit too dry to do, but I'm going to get a little fork and do a little kind of a rake. See what the rake does if I rake it fast.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of.
Kinda.
Okay, it's okay. I'm going to do it then. It's not going to be the rake, but I'll kind of make some sort of line here. Pretty line. And in Matthew Kenny Culinary Academy, where a lot of times we learn about you have your thing and then you put like the sauce on top of it. A lot of times they say, well, let's put the sauce underneath it and maybe a little bit on top of it. Okay, so this way you get a surprise. 2, you get to decide how much of that sauce you want, because sometimes less is more. And when you get things that are over saucy, you put it on the top. Gravity does this thing. And so now I'm just going to put a little bit of this here, like this, and kind of do one of these numbers off of where you see just a little bit coming out from the sides. And what we also want to do is look at height. So we got color, we got texture, we got height too. We want to look at the height and this beautiful orange ribbons from the carrot. I mean, you know, so I'm going to be doing this kind of number here. And then I may, what I would also probably do, now that I've made this one time, I would also add either a little more oil or a little more water in another sauce, in another pesto sauce, so I could have something coming down here and maybe dripping like from the volcano from the top, okay? That's something I would do. But I'm going to see here, I mean, this is just going to kind of like sit on there. So instead I'm going to do this number here, and I'm going to put one more dollop on its own here just to, you know, I could even, what's the word? Cornell? Quinnell. Cornell is the college. And Quinnell. We're going to Quinnell, you know, so, and I don't have another one to Quinnell.
It just sounds so like...
It is. Look at that. It's like, okay, boom, 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 boom. Put that there. I got a little piece that came here. Always want to... Here's the other thing, too. In Matthew Kenny, we got to learn about negative space, the white space, okay? So you go to like Denny's or some kind of like, you know, they fill up the whole plate and it's like, blah, here's your... But when you're in fine dining, we want to see some of the white part of the plate as well, as it gives a little bit more attention to the actual food that we're looking at when there's the white around it. We're almost like framing it, and we're also making it a bigger deal by having more negative space around it. Kind of like in speaking, if I were to want to make a point, I may say something like this. See how I pause before it, and then there's like the what? So there's some blank space, there's the pause. A lot of times in music, there's the pause or the drag, or even the rush beat. You know, there's all these things we could do to come outside of that box. Okay. Then I'm going to add, you know, and I could have pulsed in, by the way, or folded in some of these sun-dried tomatoes right here. But here we go like this.
So pretty.
You know, and we're going to do a little bit of sun-dried tomato here just to kind of give it that, sun-dried tomatoes give it a little bit of a nugget, like a, how do you say, a chewy, you know, like sometimes meaty texture, okay? So I have it just like this. Beautiful sun-dries right here. And then I'm going to do a little bit of this Parmesan cheese on top. And I want to not have it everywhere, but I want people to be able to choose it. So I may put it something like, I'm going to see what happens if I put it right in this area. If I can make a little kind of a, just one little side of it. You know, a little pine nut fell. Some of these pine nuts are still whole, so you have like different textures, the beauty of it. And then we're going to finish it with the greatest color in the entire world. We've talked about this before with purple. I've told you guys too, if you don't see purple as like the greatest color above all the other colors of the rainbow, just unfriend me immediately. We don't get along, we don't understand one another, you're never gonna get it, no matter what happened to you as a child, and you can't even see that truth, that purple is the best color ever. Yeah, we're done, we're done. Well, nothing personal, it's just, no, it is personal. Okay, so, you guys like my humor, right? So let's see, so we could have like a little, a flower just like this, kind of, oh, look at this purple, man! With that bouncing off that orange and that green. Oh, this is mean. We could also like take a little purple and do just a little sliver of it, and it'll actually start to curl too. We could get the curl on. Look at that. We could curl it on here. And also like on the plate itself, if we had a little more white spot there, and then I just had like one that kind of curls up, you know, and these little things do a lot. And there's one more thing that I would have done actually before the purple, but it's not going to be a big deal that I did it after the purple. And that right up there is the crushed red pepper. Just a little bit of crushed red pepper. Let's see if it goes through it all. There it does. Okay. Get a little bit of crushed red pepper, and for a little bit of spice and kick, I just won't put it like this. Woo, woo. So good. And here we are. And bam, there it is. We have the dish. The dish of the dishes. Okay. Flour. Now we'll get it good for a photograph later, right after this. But this is the deal here. Okay. So I'm going to keep that plate kind of as it is, and we're going to work on this. This is going to be the photograph later that will go on Instagram, Pure Energy Chef on Instagram, Pure Energy Chef on Twitter, and Pure Energy Chef on YouTube, which we are going to be starting to upload these on YouTube as well, because Facebook isn't the only form of social media. Did you guys know that? Okay. Now I want to do one little thing before. And I definitely want Lindsay to come back and to come taste this with me. We're going to have our own sloppy version of it, where it's not plated and all.
We're going to taste test?
We're going to taste test.
I love it.
We're
This
about
is
to
the best part of cooking.
This is it.
You just get to
This is it.
experience.
It's so experienced.
I wish you guys could taste it.
You know what? I also have here a little bit of dehydrated red bell peppers. Okay.
It's so good.
I mean, just you know, to kind of, let's just do that a little bit too. Why not?
Spice it up.
Yeah. And it's kind of like another kind of chewy thing, like the sun-dried tomato. So we'll put a little bit of that. Yep, and you get a fork. And then let's get a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it. Okay, and we'll like mix it up together.
I'm just like ready for it.
Yes. Look at this. This is how it looks kind of all mixed
so
up.
Good. It smells amazing too.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Go ahead. You take the
Okay.
the first one.
Here we go. Oh my god. That's so good. That is so good. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
The basil,
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite part is the cheese,
Mm-hmm.
the nutritional yeast. It totally just
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of that Parmesan.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Oh my God, you
Way
guys!
to go.
Thank you. You guys have the
Yes.
Ramazan cheese recipe now. I gave it to you.
So
So,
good.
thank you so much for. Give it up. Give it up. So good.
Oh.
So
Have a
good.
good day, guys.
So good. Okay, so you guys, this is what we do. We do this every day, 11:11 Pacific Standard Time, until the end of time. And we want to keep on keeping on with the keep on because we can. Yeah, so good. And more living foods, more enzymatically rich, nutrient-dense foods. And then you get down. Woo! Another show. Tell everybody about this show. Everybody in the world needs to know about fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are not just the side dish. Woo! Rise and shine, everybody. It's still up tonight. Oh yeah. It is on. Thank you guys so much for another great show. Another beautiful. I mean, come on. No, really. No, this is real. And it's real food. Can you imagine? Pure. Picka. Pure. Pure. Picka. Pure energy.